I was born in Belgrade, Serbia, and that is where I'm from.
I was born and raised here in, Manhattan, on 168th Street in Presbyterian Hospital. It's awesome.
Okay, most of my life I spent living in Serbia. I was there for about 13 years, and then beyond that I moved around a lot, random places. But I spent a good amount of time living in like Romania, and then I spent some time living in Greece before I came here, and now I'm here in New York.
I lived briefly in New Jersey about 3 years ago for only about 2 years. But other than that, from the age of when I was born to about 19, I've lived all my life in New York. I've never lived anywhere else.
I've been in New York for the past year and a half-ish. I moved here in January of 2017.
Like, you have to be prepared for the certain things that you'll see, like 5 a.m. taking the train, and I'll see across the platform, a homeless person minding his business and taking a shit. What can I do? It's just take a sip of my coffee and the train will leave the station. It doesn't matter. Like, it's definitely an experience, but I recommend it for everyone. It's like that stupid phrase, like, if you don't make it here, you can't make it anywhere else. I truly believe that. I stand by that, for sure.
I think it's really fast-paced and it's only for rich people, and I would highly recommend it if you work in finance and are like 30 and financially stable and looking to have a good time for a lot of money. But I feel like it's not for young people who don't have a lot of money. I don't think it's good for art, and honestly I feel like at this point it's not really good for families either. I just feel like it's really expensive and really fast-paced and really stressful, and I don't like that.
Some people don't like it. It might be too harsh. It might be too brutal sometimes, It is hard to live here. It's not really meant for everyone. I've met people plenty in passing, like, who have come from like California and they're gone within 6 months, and it's like, I don't consider it to be hard to live here because I've lived here all my life, but it's definitely, you have to know your way around. Once you know your way around New York, know all the nice spots to go to, the good places, it's just like a hometown. I feel like it's my small hometown. A lot of people don't believe me when I say that because it's just so many people living in one singular small space, but it's definitely a small hometown vibe to me. Well, for me.
New York has been incredibly hard. I feel like it's definitely been a growing experience because I've had to take on a lot of responsibility that I didn't necessarily have at home. But it's also been pretty cool. I like myself better, and I've met some really cool people, which is really nice.
The advice that I would give people that are trying to move here is to stop gentrifying everything. For real. Like, I know you're from like Montana or like from the butt crack of nowhere. Not that I don't really care where you're from. I guess that's a New York attitude too. I mean, we don't really care where you're from. We're gonna accept you regardless, but if we're accepting you, don't try to change us and change what we love and what we're used to. And I feel like for people who are trying to move here, you should highly consider that. We don't go to your small towns and fuck shit up and start closing all of the small mom and pop shops. We don't close your Aunt Grace's like photography store because she fucking sucks and his gentrification is awesome. Like, we don't. But we have to face our mom and pop shops, uncles and godparents and stuff like that. People that we know that they built their lives around living in this city that are being kicked out. And maybe it's the expiration of time for each person, but I feel like whoever comes into the city should definitely consider who they're pushing out, trying to come in.
I feel like if you're not rich and trying to work in finance, don't come here. You're not gonna have a good time. I feel like, yep, that's what I have to say.